Hi everyone, Jacqueline here. So it has been one heck wild weather here in Saskatchewan. I tell you, it rains all day, off and on. It's cold, it's cool. We are making up for all the snow that we haven't gotten. So trying to get a video out has been awful. I was going to give you an update on the containers, and I still will. If this rain stops, let me show you what we're experiencing, because it's crazy. It's not normal for us to be rainy like this all the time. We're usually dry and hot, but we're making up for that snow. So let's have a look. So this is what I'm working with for weather to try to get a video out for you, is pouring rain. You can see it's dripping off of the house. It's running over the eaves troughs. It's pouring out of the eaves troughs. And of course, the plants right next to the house, which are looking gorgeous, are not getting it because they're sheltered by the roof line. So my window boxes don't get it. But they're self-watering boxes, so it makes a huge difference. But we've got some great color going on here. And it's just lightening up a bit. You can see here how hard it's coming down. But this is what we've been dealing with. We are super humid, which is not good because we are part of Tornado Alley. And then to get this rain pretty much all day long, it'll like stop for 5 minutes, start again, and that's what we're going through. It has been really hard to garden because most people, like myself, I don't enjoy being wet all the time. So I really wanted to come out here and show you how the containers that I planted up are looking, show you some of the colors in the garden. The irises are blooming. We are not as far along as they are in the US in different areas because of our weather, because we aren't that warm. I mean, we're supposed to have some warmer weather maybe late this week, but right now we just don't have it. We have wet, moist weather that we're not used to. So although the plants that like moisture are enjoying it, those that don't like the moisture maybe aren't so happy out here. And that's gardeners who want to get out in the garden, and I have a lot of piles of soil and stuff I want to move. Not so happy either because it's just too wet to get out there. So this is posing some challenges for me. The weeds are getting ahead of me, and quite honestly, you know, other than everything's really nice and green from all the moisture, like our lawn. I mean, check this out. You can see here the lawn and the trees are loving the rain. We're going to have an abundance of mosquitoes, though I'm not thrilled about because of so much rain. But everything is just glorious out here because of all the moisture we're getting. But if you are a bulb, like a lily, or a root like an iris, or a tuber like a dahlia, there's a limit to how much rain you can tolerate. And I will show you some of the things happening out here. Things are doing well, things that are starting to get, well, they're not going to be video quality, some of the plants, because of such an excess of rain. And you'll have to excuse me. On top of things, we took some trees down, and Rob brought home a cold from somewhere, and I have been sick as well, which is not helping. So the motivation level has been low. So anyhow, let's start. And I can do this update without getting soaked, is the container plants here on the step. They have been loving it. The color has been saturated, and we're seeing some really nice combinations happening here with these plants. It is super pretty. The same with the other ones. I really am liking the orange spears on top of the plants. I think it really stands out. And you can see here this planter, which was just a couple, like 3 wave petunias I put in it. You can see now they're just gorgeous, and they're loving the weather. And I'll just step out here to get a little bit wet. And you can see everything is just enjoying the weather out here except me. All right, the rain has stopped. I'm shooting this from my back door to show you there's still a little bit coming down. Maybe a little bit of thunder, pretty minor. I'm going to show you how the pots are doing. Now, I'm going to ask you to be forgiving for the weeds because I have not been able to get out here, not feeling well, as as this weather is just making it nasty. So let's begin. Here's a container update for you on all the different color plants I put in my driveway containers. And even though they're wet, I think they're looking nice. So you're seeing all the different petunias. The color has really come out on the plants. Look at that. Pairing that with a beautiful snapdragon. Look at the colors. I think they're gorgeous. And remember, these snapdragons, I didn't know what color they were. So we have our wave petunias in here in a variety of colors, some geraniums. I put a grass in here. I came back, threw some plain old daisies in here, and the plot is filling out. The same with this one. There's a little bit of difference in each container. I do add the odd color here and there. You can see my poor sad coleus down here. Because it's been covered by the plants, it's been protected, but it will not like this moisture. They don't like it, and we're not that warm. This container here, I think we have a really good winning combo here with the lantana and with the sunburst petunias. Look at the colors on them. They're striking, and I can't move it over to show you. I'll just pick a flower off and show you the color combo here. How beautiful that is. So for future videos and future pots, maybe next year, I will do something more with these two together because they're just gorgeous. And finally, this one over here has less orange in it. It has one sad looking coleus. Look at how spindly it has gotten because our weather's just been too cold. We look like we have a burgundy snapdragon that's going to bloom. I'm underneath a wet tree and it's dripping on me. Oh, it's so cold. All right, I put a spirea in this bed. I put some Heliopsis over there that I transplanted from another area of the garden, and I have been working on this bed. And so I've added my double flowering stalks in here. We've added some yarrows, both firefly peaches and the whites in here, as well as the terracotta oranges. We have some salvias here. My alliums are of different heights. I cut all the foliage off them because I thought they were just butt ugly. I hated the color of the foliage, so I removed it. And I mean, they're really pretty, but they definitely need to be covered with plants around them. So they look much better with it being cut off. And you'll have to excuse the sand because we're going to redo our sidewalks probably in July, August. So we're preparing for that. But you can see all the different colors in here. Come along with the petunias, wave petunias, the creeping phlox. And I really like, I have to say, my favorite time with the alliums is when they have the green in them. I think they're pretty at that stage. All right, let's keep moving before I get darn good and soaked. I've done a little bit of retooling over here in this bed by adding the firefly yarrow here, the peach, with the gorgeous irises. We're going to have a really nice show here. The lilies have doubled. Look at this. These were a beautiful yellow. Can you imagine the color that's going to be in here? The orientals are just shooting straight up back there. The Annabelle hydrangea is kind of getting left in the dust. And then we have our oriental poppies, and I love them. And this is a red, so red and yellow is a great combination. If these were all to bloom at the same time, which they aren't, it would be fantastic. But look at the heads on these. I love them, and I've planted more of them. And you can see this lily's being held down by the water, so I'm just going to leave it because if I snap it up, it's going to bust. And then we have some really gorgeous hostas here. And I always keep my fish fertilizer here in the front yard with my water jug, and I lost the end off my water jug somewhere. It's in here. I'm going to have to dig for it. The window boxes are really taken off. They aren't drenched by the water because it just doesn't get this far in. Look at the color on those petunias. I think they're worth a repeat planting. We're starting to see all the colors in this box, and it's going to be stunning when they really start flushing out. But they're just starting to settle in. I'm loving it. I've been working on my iris collection here, and somehow I have screwed up. I have a ton of the champagne irises. You can see they're very waterlogged here. It's still raining right now while I do this video, but that is so sad. So I'm coming through here and I'm putting all my irises in here other than the ones I already planted in the bed. And I'm going to order some more in different colors in here because I have too much of the same thing. God knows how that happened. The phlox I planted last year is taken off. We got morning glories up here, and the honeysuckle vine is starting to do its thing and crawl up the trellis. Very nice. I am not sure what color iris this is going to be. It may be a purple, but I'm hoping it's different than this one. This is the first year this one has bloomed, and I just feel like there should be other colors in here, but there's a lot that did not send out any shoots. So I might have to move the champagne around, because here it is again. I've got too much of it, but it truly is pretty, and it is a rebloomer. Over here, this window box is getting even more striking. Look at that magenta with that petunia. Isn't that pretty? This is such a nice mixture. I am loving it, but that end is really filling up. That red petunia there, the reddish orange magenta petunia, is very aggressive, which I like. And maybe I should have just a window box of them. Would have been really, really pretty. But everything's falling into place here. So I'm calling this video now. It is raining again, and I'm not going to get out here, but you can see there's lots going on here in the garden, amongst the flowers, and things are coming together. The rain is helping in instances, but in other instances, it's going to rot some of my plants. So I just wanted to share that with you and let you know that I didn't have a video out in the weekend because I'm just feeling so horrible, and we've been so busy taking trees down. But more videos coming. I'm trying to get my strength back and get my energy back to be able to share these with you and bring you more content and more color, of course. And I mean, I have a lot of color going right now on the deck. I planted this one, did not do a video. I've got fuchsias hanging out of that pot, and I used my other spear or orb, depending what you want to call it here. And things are looking really good and nice and bright. And I put some solar lights in here for Matilda when she comes out in the deck that she can see, and of course to help me as well so I can see. And I think they're looking really good. So that's it for this video. My hair is starting to get frizzy from the rain, and so much for straightening it. I'm starting to get curly. I'm naturally curly. And I will see you in the next video where I can show you some more beautiful color in the garden. Thanks everyone. And there will be more frequent videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and one on the weekends, as long as I'm healthy and I get over this darn cold sooner than later. So I will see you in the next video on Thursday. Thank you.